Hi guys, this is Louis Ortiz with Riverside Camping Center in New Bern, North Carolina, and I'm bringing to you guys today this 2025 Salem 31KQBTS model. Tons of sleeping arrangements, tons of space, tons of storage. There's so much to offer in this model. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So first thing, as I mentioned in all my videos, I am a big fan of having an electric tongue jack. So there's a lot of things that I can do without as far as manual. I can do with as far as manual, but I am a big fan of having an electric jack. It's not much. I mean, you're talking, depending on what you get, anywhere between, averaging between $300-400 for an electric tongue jack like this. So it makes your life a whole lot easier instead of having to crank it all the time up and down. So other attachments to it, like the manual stabilizer jacks, of course, you can use an electric drill, and that would be just fine. And I prefer the electric drills when it comes to, the electric stabilizer, the manual stabilizer jacks when it comes to the stabilizer systems in a coach, because I can overextend one side more than the other if I choose to do so. So there is limits to that, of course. You don't want to overextend, but if you wanted to get 1 to 2 inches more on one side, then you can do that easily here with a drill. Full awning here, covers the door, which is really nice. And you do have on this model, even though it's aluminum siding, you do have your heated and enclosed underbelly, which is nice. So, and they're removable panels. So unlike the other ones, see how you have the splits on these? So unlike the previous models, that you have one panel from front to back, and if you had to access the bottom for anything in plumbing, your holding tanks, that you would have to cut into them and then use your traditional tape for your underbelly to seal it back up. So in this scenario, you don't have to worry about doing the tape because you do have the removable panels that you can do at one time. So I like that they still went with the solid steps on this. We do carry other models that have aluminum siding, and they don't all have that solid step. So I like that model here. And this one also, so this has your tankless hot water here, and it's also 60,000 BTU on this model. I mentioned that, and I know a lot of models are going to the tankless now. I've had some customers who've had mixed emotions with that, but I like it. So instead of having to heat the water often and waste your fuel, your LP gas that way, you only use up what you use. So it doesn't keep running, keep heating it up. So it goes dormant just about when you're not using it, and you conserve that much LP gas. So the of course the downside to that would be that if you have if you're going off grid somewhere, that you would need more power in order to get the water going. But windows here were really nice, tinted windows, so it makes it a little bit harder to see on the inside. You do have speakers on the outside, and I also like, and they're JBL speakers, and I also like the proper name for the new model, the new style of these lights. I'm not 100% certain, but what they used to be called back in the day, they used to be called rope lighting. You see a lot of that on the high-end motorhomes, like Tiffins and Newmars. So you have these now, which I like that. And my question is, will they last longer than your traditional LED lighting? So I guess we'll find out. You have rack and pinion slide outs. So, which I like that they went away for the majority of your Swintex systems. They're good and they're not good, but I've had more issues with the Swintex systems than I've had personally myself than any other models as far as the slide mechanisms. So I love the rack and pinions. To me, they're a little bit more reliable. Of course, depending on when you take them, if you're at the beach somewhere, it can get rusty, and then I've seen those teeth break. But I love that that system. So it seems to be a more reliable system. So here you have a nicer fridge on the outside. Traditionally, you see fridges that are about maybe a third smaller than what you have here. So I like that. You get quite a bit of storage in there. So they've done a good job with that. You do have a sink with a drain in it. Again, previous models used to have the little base that you have to throw out the water. So love the upgrades they've done on it. You do get a grill that comes with this. You do have LP gas line here at the bottom, and then you are prepped on this model for a ladder, and then you have hot and cold shower with a shower head on the outside here. So beautiful model, love everything about it, and you get a lot of space for this. So we're about to go inside, and you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. So something this big, you do have 3 slide outs. It does weigh 9,500 pounds. So you would make sure that your vehicle can tow, 11,000 pounds, something like that. So you do get quite a bit of your half-ton trucks. You can do that if you have the proper gear ratio. So I'm gonna go ahead and just walk this camper so you guys can see it. So here is the dual slide bunkhouse model. It to this day has been the biggest bunkhouse feature in any travel trailer that I've familiar with. So 2 opposing slides on the rear. If you have kids, if you want to give them quite a bit of space, then they will have it in this model. And the storage. So the whole back wall here is for storage. Of course, that's an area for the TV, but you have hanging closet there and the hanging closet there, which is nice as well. And you also have cubbies on the bottom and underneath that where the TV goes. So I love what they've done with this model. I love the cubbies here. And we have kids at home, and my wife swears by those, especially for all the kids' toys and of course clothing, anything of that nature. And then you do have the couch here that does open up, and you get a really nice bed. So it's a Versa Queen is what they call it. And then you also have the flip up bunk here, which gives you a chalkboard underneath there. So if the kids want to play games, they want to keep score, if they want to draw, anything, I love the chalkboard feature, because otherwise I mean it'd be just another panel underneath it. So why not do something fun with it? So, and that's what Salem did. Window here, window there. You can open both windows and you have cross ventilation. So I like that as well. I've seen some that only have one window. Which I had a customer who had just those corner bunks, window up top, not a window on the bottom, and he had 2 girls, and they've went back and forth about who got the bunk with the window, and he was fed up with it, and he says, you know what? And he brought the camper back to the dealership and told them to cut a hole there and to put a window there. So I love that you have 2 windows here. It's a very nice feature. So this camper does come with 2 ACs, and which makes sense. So if you want this size camper, it makes sense to have 2 ACs. So the bathroom here, really nice size shower. It's pretty wide. I didn't get the right measurements on here, but then you do have your toilet, your sink. You got cubbies right there underneath it. You have the mirror with the backlighting, so that's really nice as well. And it's a curved shower rod, so you get more space on that. So I like that feature as well. You have your Furrion, a refrigerator, which is nice. To me, it seems like you get quite a bit more depth to your freezer, so I like that also. So here's the clean look of your microwave exhaust fan. So I like that. It gives it a nice clean look instead of just having a microwave there. But as you can see, it is there. So, and you do have your exhaust with the Furrion fan that goes on the outside. I love when they do match the appliances, because everything looks good, everything works well. Storage compartments, again, I love what they've done here. So, and you got 3 here throughout. You get access on this side to the bottom, and then here get your trash can. So I love that also. And then a big sink. So fit for big pots and pans. You can fit it there. So I like that. Trying to get the depth for you guys. And then your strainer. You know, again, windows you can open up. Window you can open up. Window you can open up. Now, Salem has been, in my opinion, has been pioneering the way for a lot of versatility in their units. They have this Versa Lounge here about a couple years ago. They came out with that. And then now they've incorporated a versatile or Versa dinette, how they call it. The way this is set up here, since we're getting a lot of people working from home, a lot of people working on the road, wanting a desk. So this is a really nice setup. If somebody was looking for a spot to put a monitor or just a workstation, this gives you that. And then they've incorporated more plugs on the side here for that specific reason. And because of the way that this is set up, this backer cushion here lifts up completely, comes over, flips around, and then sits and then fits in on this side. So it gives you half of a booth. And then when it's time to have more people, now you have those two chairs that are on this side, and then this cushion is on the opposite side. Of course, I think I moved it over too much. And then now you have a regular booth with two chairs. So, and you can see the way that works here. So very, very, very nice. And I love what they've been doing with the creativity on this unit. And as you can see here, you have this really nice backlit area. So in the middle of the night or when it gets night, if you don't want all these lights above lit up and having it so bright, you can have very cozy ambiance here. So you have those there that light up, you have those behind the slide that light up, again those over there. So it's a really nice touch, but that's not all. So let's say if you still wanted a little bit more lighting, you do have an adjuster here so you can dim these lights down lower. So very, very nice touch, and it feels good. And you also have lights behind there. So floating shelves, which I like. It looks good. They're maximizing the space instead of just having a big wall. So they're doing quite a bit. I mean, a big wall just for a TV. So they've added some shelving around it. So and you can put a pretty nice sized TV in here. 55 inch. It's my guess. I could be wrong a little bit. But that's what my thoughts are on that. And then you do have an electric fireplace as well with storage on either side of those. So again, I love what Salem is doing. Forest River in general, they've been staying on top of everything. So again, something else that's different is these steps on the side of the bed. So if anybody, it's a little bit elder, it's having an elderly needs a little bit of help getting on the bed, or if you have any pets, those steps work great, and it's a beautiful feature to have. And of course, you have plugs on either side of those. You have cubby holes. Your setup also for CPAP machines if you needed it. You do have an electric tilt bed on this. This bed is it's a custom king size bed. Custom because the corner here are notched out, so when the bed is down you still have some space to get around it, but you still get the width and most of the length on your bed. So again, they call it a Versa tilt bed, so which is nice. So the whole king size bed is a 66 by 78. So storage hanging rod there, storage on the bottom, cabinet doors, which I am a big fan of there as well. Your second AC here, and you're prepped for another TV on this wall. So beautiful, beautiful model. Again, this is the 31KQBTS Salem by Forest River, and they've done a phenomenal job on this model here. Versa lounge, Versa dinette, Versa bed, versatile section on the back. So guys, if you're looking for a very nice bunkhouse model for the kids, this would be it, and not sacrificing much of your living quarters. So you can sit you can sit 4 comfortably, maybe 5, depending on the size of kids. This also converts to another sleeping quarter, as if you needed more. It does sleep. You got 4 on the back, 5, 6, 7, or 8, because it opens up into more of a twin bed. So it's yeah, you can get sleep 8 people here comfortably. And then of course, if for a business on the road, so you have that. So if you have any questions, guys, again, my name is Louis Ortiz, and I'm with Riverside Camping Center in New Bern, North Carolina. And my direct number is 252-773-1833. And again, if you have any service-related issues, please give us a call. The number to our dealership is 252-634-2267. And if you just have any generic questions, guys, please feel free to text me, contact me directly, call me. Anything that I can do to help you guys along, I look forward to that. So if it's something that I do not know, I will do what I need to do to find out, because it helps me out also. So, and it'll help the next person out. So again, guys, thank you very much. And this is Louis, Riverside Camping Center, and I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.